Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow. It is currently 12:06 in the afternoon. I'm getting ready to go train for my karate combat fight coming up in February. I think it's going to be February 23rd. It's still currently slated for the Dominican Republic, but I guess it's possible that could change. So we'll have to wait and see, but I've got hell day today. So we started yesterday with some pad work and some fun stuff, and my shoulders are all chewed up, but we're going to keep pushing forward. I guess today's going to be even worse than it was yesterday. So we'll find out. Flew my trainer in, a good old friend for many, many years, Dion from Cincinnati. And he's been helping me out. He's basically staying with me for the week. He's going to get me going and started. He's going to come back between now and fight night. And then he's going to be in my corner. And I've got some other friends that are going to be working my corner as well. So I'll keep you guys updated with that. There should be some training videos that we put out today as per the karate combat agreement. So you guys will be able to kind of watch me change over the next couple months. A lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Bitcoin's price. We're going to talk a little bit about DeFi kingdoms. We're going to talk a little bit about meme moguls, which is a meme token I got in. Hasn't even officially launched yet, but there will be a link in the description below for all of this stuff. You can check out some Vitalik Buterin news. adaplug.com, which is my new site that I've been building, starting to really shape up. And first thing I'm going to talk about is, like, if you are in the Tampa area, if you're in the Tampa, Florida area, my wife and I are producing a variety play. And this is called A Time for Love. It's now casting. I think we have everybody casted already. And it's going to be at the Centro Asturiano de Tampa Theater. It's actually a beautiful theater. It's absolutely a stunning theater. And you can see here we're casting everything. We still need Horatio and Winston. So we need the wealthy inventor and his assistant. But Calliope has been cast. Isabella has been cast. My wife, Kristen, is playing Christina. Which is basically a character kind of model. My wife wrote this entire play. Lana she's going to be a hilarious drag queen. And so my wife is trying to find her now. Astrid is kind of like a jungle faring aerialist. I mean, they're all dancers, singers. It's basically like a variety play. Francesca is she's going to be this kind of like vixen-esque dominatrix type woman. I mean, there's so many characters, so many roles, and it's going to be a really good time. It really is. I'm excited about this. But that's tonofapples.com. If you're in the area and you know somebody, and we're like good actors for these roles, and you know, we're basically working on, I guess we got to finish Fatima, Lana, and Horatio and Winston, and basically the whole thing. It's going to be funny. It's a variety play. It's a lot of like different singing and dancing and just all sorts of different kinds of performances. And it's all about Horatio, this very wealthy investor or inventor who creates a time machine, but he's never had love in his life. And he's very logical and he's hardworking, and you know, he's not the most emotional type of guy, but his assistant, Winston, believes that it's time for him to find love. It's time for love. And so Winston basically captures Horatio's new time machine, and he goes out to all different eras of time, from the 30s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and so forth, in different places, Italy, and just all these different countries, to round up all of these different potential loves for Horatio. And he brings them in, and they all perform, and they do all of these things to try and win Horatio's heart. But there are going to be a lot of twists to this that people are not going to expect. It's going to be very, very good. My wife wrote this entire thing. I'm extremely proud. I was so inspired by what she wrote that I'm like, let's do this, man. Let's make this a big, big deal in Tampa. Let's let Tampa know that we have arrived. We are here. We're here to make some splashes. And I think this is going to catch people by surprise. And I think it's going to be a really big deal. So check it out if you're interested. If you're in the Tampa area, maybe help spread the word. I'd be grateful. Now, looking at Bitcoin's price right now, the first thing that I want to say here is thank you, Trade Travel Chill. I love this woman. She is my digital crush. She is my mentor. She is I absolutely adore her in every way. And I learned so much from her, even though she doesn't realize it. and so, I made some significant trades yesterday because of the video. She's starting to do daily content. Finally, thank you. She has a course. Her course is phenomenal. She's all about the market maker mentality, all about trading against the market makers and knowing what they look at, how they think, what they do. And she was so dead right. So this is what I have been doing is I've been working on, I basically chart everything out to the week, right? So Monday starting the trend of the week, heading into Tuesday, and it kind of sets the tone, right? We have this weekend gap here, and that typically this doesn't matter so much because Monday, when the US, UK, and Asia markets pick up, they each kind of have their role. And then we head into Tuesday where we'll either go up or down, right? But by Wednesday, we generally see a reversal of whatever happened Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday starts the new week. So we got that pump into Wednesday, but here we are Thursday, we got this drop down. This is where we're at currently. So what's coming next? Well, I believe it's very likely that if this were to play out, we could go down a little bit further. But I entered a long trade, and I think that we're going to actually go opposite of this. I'm hoping. I could be very, very wrong. We'll see how this plays out. But I think we may go opposite of this, bounce into a newer high into Friday and then off into the weekend. And you can look at how each week plays out. It's all different, but it's very similar in terms of patterns per day, right? One day is the opposite of the next for the most part, unless there's a continuation of a very long form trend. And so these are all things that I'm going to be breaking down in some very educational videos in the future. But looking at Bitcoin on an hourly chart over here on the left, you see we got a strong diving crow here, and strong it was. This triggered here. You could have entered a short here and then rode this down for some pretty significant gains. And I know that Jason, my assistant, he's like my digital assistant that helps out with all kinds of stuff. He's been trading using my indicator, and he's been doing crazy well. I have not even been using my indicator the way I should be. I've been trying to learn other systems, not just the indicator, but it's doing really well for him. I might just say screw it all and just start trading my indicator like he has, because he keeps showing his gains and his trades in the Crow Tokens channel. So I'm really proud of him, and I think he's going to start a Discord channel in the Crypto Crow Discord. But this here is what I was looking at in terms of like what Trade Travel Chill was talking about. And I drew this out based off of what she was projecting. This is just a 5-minute candle. We can take this to an hourly. And, you can see that she was basically saying that this is what she expected to play out based off of what she was seeing. You have to watch her video to fully understand it. I'm not going to break down her content, but I drew this out according to what she was basically fleshing out. And I entered a long trade here in all of this. And it all played out beautifully. I made like $450 on the trade, and then I stopped it. And then I had to go train, and I had to pick up my trainer from the airport. I had a bunch of stuff to do, and I didn't want to be in a trade. So I watched it, and then, she explained that we were probably going to peak up here. We're going to get a reversal as a higher high, which technically that is a higher high because if the low is here, the new higher high is up here. That if that plays out, then it's likely we're going to bounce off of this and then make a run. And then we may make that run up into Friday. And so far, everything she said as I was drawing this out has played out almost perfectly. I was absolutely blown away. I don't think there's another person that does technical analysis on YouTube that I trust more than her. And that's just the truth of it. And I'm not saying that there aren't other people out there that are good, but she's the one that I believe is truly about the charts, and she's not just about creating fake FOMO or FUD in either direction to play out for some narrative or something, some other side thing, or she's going to say, well, I think Bitcoin's going to go up, but because Bitcoin's going to go up, so is Solana, and we should all buy Solana. I see that everywhere, and it makes me sick to my stomach. She doesn't do that. So I'm just really, really proud of her. So that's basically where I'm at. I'm currently in a long trade, expecting that to bounce up and continually move up into Friday. I could be wrong. Anything could happen, as we know. But heading into these Bitcoin ETF decisions here, basically just less than 2 weeks away, I've been using my Fair Desk trade sponsor, which I'm extremely grateful for. And you can see here, I'm in my long trade. And let me move this up a little bit so that you can see it. I'm currently up about $226 on this long trade. You can see where I entered the trade. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm in it. I'm doing it. And I'm hoping that it works out. I'm hoping it plays out, because if it does play out, I would love to see this be $1,000 profitable trade before I exit, maybe even more. It's a 10x leverage, which I don't generally do, but I feel a little more confident. It's going to go one way or the other. We're going to see. And I'm probably going to let this ride while I go training today. So, yeah, that's kind of what I think is happening with Bitcoin and where I think things are likely to go. So far, this is playing out as projected. Thank you, Trade Travel Chill. I'm telling you folks right now, if you do not follow her yet, you need to go follow her. I can't say enough about this woman. She is absolutely phenomenal. You will learn so much. I learn more from her in one of her little daily videos that she's doing now than I've learned in so many courses, so many other videos I've seen, because she really gets into the intricacies of the decisions she makes and why. And it's like you could take notes in every video, and by the time you've watched a list of her videos, you'll have a much better fundamental understanding of trading against market makers. I'm telling you right now, I can't stress it enough. Trade Travel Chill. No, she hasn't paid me. She doesn't sponsor me. She's just somebody I really, really, truly respect above, honestly, all else. I just have to be honest. Trade's still going up, currently at $288 in profit. I love to see it. So now we're going to look at my platform here that I think all of you guys are going to really, really appreciate. I've been getting really positive feedback. This is adaplug.com. This is my Cardano ecosystem news site that I built myself. And basically what this is, I am going to start referencing this site in my daily content. And I'm going to start pulling articles from this site, because I've used Crypto Panic for a while, for years now. And it's only picking up so many different feeds. And I realize I'm missing so much Cardano ecosystem related news. And in order for me to get the news that I want covering the entire ecosystem, I knew I had to build it myself. And so what this site is it's basically like a feed. So, the Cardano feed is all kinds of, it's pretty much every news site out there, all fed into one feed. When you click these links, it takes you directly to those websites, okay? Because I'm not trying to steal content. I'm not trying to get into copyright issues. It's like I take the headlines, I throw my own custom thumbnails on it so that there are no issues with any custom art or anything that the sites have paid for their news. And that's the Cardano list. Now, some of these lists, however, are straight from the developers' blogs. I've created feeds from their blogs. So you're going to see some of these are a little more dated depending on when they released. But this is the GameFi list. So you've got different DEXs, gaming platforms, NFTs, and metaverse. And all of those news articles get filtered in here, but these remain on the site. So it's all real content on the site. I'm pulling them in from their blogs and basically trying to educate people on what the individual projects are doing. And that's what all of that is about. Okay. So there's a difference in the kind of content you're going to find on here. Then I have feeds that are strictly for tweets, like Twitter feeds from these companies, and those you'll find down here. Tap tools, they just said hi, nothing big. Some of these get really good. Some of them are just basic, like very, nothing, for the most part. But these are basically Twitter feeds coming in from the different Cardano related projects that I follow and that I like. So check out the site. This content is updated every day. And as I zero in on more things, it can be updated every 10 minutes. So I want this to be the end all be all resource for all Cardano news related to the Cardano ecosystem. And that is what I'm going to be using from now on. Okay. Now, a quick update. These are my meme moguls. I bought into the meme moguls. I threw a link in my description. These are all the moguls that I've generated so far. And I hope this project goes really well. I hope it does well for everyone. But we'll see. I think this is the final stage before launch, if I'm not mistaken. I've had 82 referrals from my link. And I've generated 269,986 meme mogul tokens just from the referrals, just from those of you that have been out there. I don't know what this project is going to amount to. I don't know if it's going to be the next best meme token out there. There's going to be a trading game associated with this, and you're going to be able to do stuff with the tokens. But generally, I look at it as a meme token. That's it. We'll see what comes of it from there. It's very, very risky. Don't go crazy, buying meme moguls, because it's unproven. We don't know much. It could be a rug pull for all I know. I have no idea. So just be very, very careful. I just thought it looked fun. And, I just threw a little caution to the wind and said, I'll get into something, before it even officially launches for the first time. And maybe it'll treat me well. Maybe it won't. But meme tokens are obviously insanely risky. So just be careful. Also, I finally minted my own Dark Knight. Where is he? Is this my Dark Knight? Yeah, I think this is the Dark Knight I just minted yesterday, and I'm pretty happy about it. Let's see where hero details. Yeah, this is my Dark Knight. I'm really happy about my Dark Knight here. And so, yeah, I just thought I'd let everybody know this is the lineage. These are the two Gen Zeros. I think about every 3 days I can mint a new one of these. And the thing of it is, I can mint these every 3 days and sell them if I want and just generate tokens that way. But I'm holding on to what I mint because I'm kind of sentimental that way. Maybe someday I'll liquidate and I'll sell a bunch of them when the prices of liquid have gone up even more and all of that. But we'll see. But I just wanted to share that news. Now, this is something that I wanted to share with everybody because ultimately I believe that if we do pump, Cardano's obviously going to pump as well. And what do we know about Cardano? Okay, we know that Cardano was basically developed and built with all of these new methods for doing things like proof of stake networks, scalability, the interoperability stuff that's going in. There's just a lot of new stuff associated with Cardano that nobody's done before. And now we're starting to see other projects, being Ethereum being primary of them, looking to adopt new technology as it relates to their proof of stake model. And I find so much of this derivative of Cardano. And it's like, listen, I think it's just fine. Okay. There are a lot of people out there. And at first I was kind of upset too, but ultimately Ethereum is trying, listen, I don't see Ethereum going anywhere. And if it's not going to go anywhere, I would rather it utilize the more favorable technology of Cardano, learn from its mistakes in the past, because obviously what Ethereum's done so far has only worked so far. And I feel like it's very limiting. But ultimately, this is all about, how they're going to be changing the proof of stake systems in Ethereum. And it's obvious that this is all inspired by Cardano and what Cardano has achieved and what Cardano has done. And you know what? I say more power to you, Ethereum. Do you? I think that we're going to see a lot of this over, in the future, because honestly, I think Cardano is really going to go on a tear sooner than later. And I think that ultimately, I think there's plenty of room for all of us in the space. I really do. And I think that, we all get caught up in this tribalism. I think some of the tribalism that's established in the cryptocurrency space, for me personally, it's when I see what I take to be bad actors in the space pushing narratives that really aren't relevant or aren't merited in favor of something that's insanely controlled by those with money. Because to me, cryptocurrency is an opportunity for people that are learning something new, finally at the forefront of new technologies that can ultimately change the world, and being able to profit from that while they're learning how to navigate what I believe is going to be the future of finance, and currently is the future of finance. And so, I like Ethereum, and I value Vitalik Buterin, and I think that there are a lot of issues associated with Ethereum, and especially the bottlenecking and the really high fees. But hopefully, once they've adopted this better proof of stake network and they continue evolving Ethereum, listen, people give Cardano crap because they say it takes so long for it to reach new developmental milestones, even though it's one of the most developed blockchains out there. But the thing of it is they're not having to go backwards, right? And in a world where everybody is expecting this instant gratification, especially as it relates to cryptocurrency investing, people like to throw $1,000 at something and expect to make $1 million from it in 3 days. And that's just not the way this market is transforming over time. And so I honestly think that we need to just calm down, focus on what's really important, which is the technology in the future, and focus on technologies that we know are building these frameworks by which everyone else is going to grow without having to then work backwards in time to fix issues that were left. Throwing a bunch of crap to the wall to see what sticks and then try to weed out the bad stuff later, that's just not the best way of going about it when you're talking about global use technology that is ultimately here to disrupt and change the way we do everything, from financial transactions to smart contracts to, real world tokenized assets to NFTs to all of this stuff. We don't want to be basically putting all of our eggs in a basket that could ultimately change every single day because they're finding this problem and that problem. I would much rather it be built slowly over time, done right the first time, so that we have that behind us and we can continue focusing on the future, because there's going to come a time when Cardano reaches this point where it has done everything already done in the cryptocurrency space, as it were, perfectly the first time. And from there, it's all about innovation. And I think that once we reach that pivot point, that is going to be the time when we start seeing a lot of liquidity coming into Cardano, leaving a lot of these other blockchains, because it will be impossible to deny what ultimately the best technology is moving forward. And maybe that's a 2030 thing. By the time we get to that point. And I think 2025 market for Cardano is going to be where we see some significant growth in development, the milestones, partnerships, projects launched, and all of that. I know how developers in this blockchain space think. And many of them, I'm sure, are hoping and planning on trying to launch before the halving in April and as close to the halving as possible, so that their projects start kicking off when the market is hot. And I think that is how that's when we're going to start seeing a lot of these Cardano projects launch, come to fruition. And we're going to go from, 200 projects launched out of the, I forget what it is, 1,300 in development. And we might see, 500 launch, and just doubling, tripling down on our volumes, on our interests and our community and the ecosystem growth overall. And I think that's when we're going to start really seeing Cardano take over a lot of these projects that have been doing okay in the bear market. But I think that we're going to start seeing Cardano take up a lot of that steam and carry the baton further. So that's what I think is happening. And I just wanted to give everybody a fun update. I'll have another video tomorrow where I'm going to get deeper into some things. And until next time, guys, grow your coins, and I'll see you again soon. I'm off to train.